The new season of Demon Slayer is just around the corner, and today we will be sharing with you all some of the Demon Slayer swords we have in our collection for this month's feature.
Welcome back to Sword of the Month, where we spotlight a weapon every month, talk about the characters that wield them, and give you an exclusive discount code to get you a replica of your own.
And this is a very special edition of Sword of the Month because we're taking a look at 8 different weapons in multiple variations. Let's take a closer look at the special nicheering weapons of the Hashira from Demon Slayer.
The status of Hashira, literally meaning pillars, is given to the highest ranking Demon Slayer in the Demon Slayer Corps.
But what does it take to become a Hashira? Well, there are 2 methods. First being to kill at least 50 demons or one of the 12 Kizuki as a Kinoi ranked Demon Slayer. The second method is to become a Tsuguko, or a successor, either by applying or being scouted to become an apprentice to a Hashira.
Every Hashira's weapon has the words Aki Misatsu engraved onto them, which means Destroyer of Demons. The weapons are Nichiren bladed, forged with scarlet crimson iron sand and scarlet crimson ore. These are constantly absorbing sunlight and therefore able to permanently kill demons when they are decapitated. The blades of these weapons take on a distinct color when they're first wielded by their owner, and each breathing style usually has an associated color with it.
Hashira are masters of their own unique breathing style. These are swordsmanship styles that use total concentration breathing. It expands their lungs to take in more air than normal, allowing their blood flow and heartbeat to accelerate, which increases their physical capabilities.
All breathing styles come from sun breathing, which was the first style ever created. From sun breathing, we get water, moon, flame, thunder, stone, and wind. Some Demon Slayers have even created their own substyles from these main ones, like flower, insect, serpent, love, sound, beast, and mist.
Now that you're all caught up with the Demon Slayer lore crash course, let's dive right into all the weapons that we're featuring today. We have 8 of the 9 weapons of the current Hashira we are introduced to in Demon Slayer. Each one is also available in a couple of different materials. We will be touching on some more Demon Slayer lore throughout this video, so this is your spoiler warning for not just the anime but also the manga. So let's start off with the first Hashira that we're introduced to in the series, the Water Hashira, Giyu Tomioka. Giyu wields a standard nicheering katana. It has a black blade with an ocean blue edge, a bronze hexagonal guard with a maroon border, and a bluish handle with a white tsukamaki. We have 4 variations of this sword available. A battle-ready one with a carbon steel blade, 2 carbon steel swords with blunted edges, and a wooden one.
They're all pretty similar in look, but the material variation gives you the ability to choose which one works best for you, whether it's for photo shoots, display, or cosplay.
Giyu's breathing style is water breathing, which is one of the easiest ones to learn for beginners. This style mimics the flow of water, having the user bend and twist their body. When unleashing these attacks, it's depicted with stylized water, reminiscent of classical ukiyo-e style Japanese art. There isn't much else to say about Giyu's sword specifically. He actually breaks it during a certain battle and then loses it during another one, which he's given a replacement for, and that one has a really cool whirlpool guard on it, and to be honest, I really wish that we had that one because it looks perfect for a Water Hashira. For Giyu's original sword specifically, the guard's colors and patterns look like they were designed to sort of match his haori, which featured the fabrics of his late sister's and best friend's haori.
Let's continue with another Hashira that uses a standard katana. Up next is everyone's favorite fiery personality, Rengoku. Rengoku's katana has a flame-shaped guard, a red edge flame-style hamon with a white leather wrapping that's different from traditional tsukamaki we see on other katanas. We have 5 versions of his sword. 2 battle-ready katanas, 2 blunted carbon steel replicas, and 1 wooden one. Each one has very minor color differences. The most accurate, in my opinion, is the first edition battle-ready katana, which features a bright orange outlined guard, leather wrapping, and a beautiful sheath. Rengoku uses flame breathing, another style derived directly from sun breathing. Many of the forms involve powerful singular strikes that seemingly burn their opponents. Of course, there's debate on whether or not these breathing styles actually affect their opponents like this, or if it's just artistic choice. It's been said that the visuals are only for us to see, but that in-universe, the characters only see the effects of the strong attacks used.
Either way, I am glad that we do get to see the visuals because it is one of my favorite parts about watching the anime. The Wind Hashira Sanemi also uses a standard katana. His has a unique hamon, which has a jagged teeth-like pattern, which is in a bright green, and his guard is made up of 8 forest green rhombuses that are fanned out from the center in a circle, and each one has a rivet on it, though our wooden version has holes instead of rivets. The handle itself has a unique design as well, with the middle of the handle having a traditional tsukamaki, and the top and bottom just having a regular wrap in white. His fighting style reflects the wind-breathing style, with many of the attacks stylized to feature wind-related phenomena like cyclones, tornadoes, gusts, and other forces of wind.
The final Hashira who wields a standard katana is Muichiro, the Mist Hashira, who also happens to be my favorite. He's an extremely talented swordsman who became a Hashira only 2 months after picking up a sword for the first time. His breathing style was learned from another mist-breathing cultivator, and this technique is derived from wind breathing. Being one of the fastest demon slayers in existence allows him to deliver powerful attacks and easily overcome demons of the upper ranks. His katana is arguably one of the most simple in design, with a white blade and a golden geometric design for the guard. But I really love the hollowed out details and how well the colors work with each other.
I do think it's fitting for his character since he is more quiet and reserved compared to the flashy Hashira personalities.
I do agree. Our blunted and battle-ready carbon steel versions have a lovely leather wrap on them and a matte finish on the sheath, which I think gives it a more polished look in comparison to the design of our wooden one. Our cosplay-friendly wooden version has a very bright samegawa, which contrasts nicely to the golden details.
Now it's time to take a look at the Hashira who don't use a standard katana as their Nichiren weapon, starting with Tengen, who wields dual cleavers with a unique shape, having a hole cut out the middle. I'm not sure how practical these are in a real-life battle scenario, however I'm sure that he can use these to hook onto enemy weapons, which is something that he does do in his fight with Gyutaro in the manga. In his battles, Tengen utilizes sound breathing, which is a technique that he created himself. It brings together different aspects of his character and expertise, including his incredible hearing and his musicality. Since they are connected with a chain at the handle, he uses them similar to nunchucks. His musical score technique is somewhat of an analysis of his enemy's movements. He listens to the sounds that each attack gives off, and recognizes the patterns in their fighting style, allowing him to better predict their movements and how to counteract them.
Essentially, every fight he's in becomes like a song.
Exactly. He's able to read maneuvers like sheet music. This does take quite a bit of time to first set up, since he does need to watch his opponent for a while in order to put his score together and to predict their movements. But once he fully understands his opponent, he is incredibly powerful. His other breathing style attacks include powerful forces that cause loud sounds resembling thunder, and his fourth form, constant resounding slashes, is an attack that creates a defense around the user.
We actually have foam versions of these cleavers, which I personally love because they are way less dangerous to swing around.
We also have the wooden and carbon steel versions, and all of these come with chains to attach them together.
Up next is Mitsuri, the Love Hashira, and her unique whip-style katana. The sword may be inspired by a Narumi, which is a steel whip sword originating from India. I will say that unfortunately we don't have a replica of her whip-style katana, but we do have regular katanas inspired by hers, which come in both wood and carbon steel. If you're a cosplayer, I would definitely go for the wooden version because I find the colors to be much more accurate.
I do agree, the pinks are much nicer on this one.
The guard features 4 pink heart shapes put together in a clover with a golden border. Our replica has a classic tsukamaki, however Mitsuri's has more heart motifs going down the handle. It would be really cool to see a tsukamaki that has the heart-shaped cutout design in it.
I just don't know if that's even possible with like a wrapping. I think it would be cool, but I think they would have to be cut out individually or something.
I think so, probably. Mitsuri's own fighting style, called love breathing, derives from flame breathing, and it utilizes the flexibility of her body and katana. She's able to cover a much wider range of motion that other katana users cannot.
Now it's time for my favorite Hashira, Obanai. Obanai's twisted Nichiren katana seems to be inspired by an Indonesian kris sword or a European flame-bladed sword. Either way, I think it is also inspired by a snake, since he is the Serpent Hashira. This sword, in my opinion, has one of the best designs, since it is so unique and it has an incredible amount of detail. As I said earlier, the blade is wavy, with the middle part being in black and the edge in a nice silver color. And the handle has a spiral wrapping instead of a traditional tsukamaki style. The guard is by far the most intricate in design. It's oval-shaped, encircling a snake with 4 petaled flowers, all in beautiful gold. His sheath, which we unfortunately don't have an exact replica of, we just have a regular one for our sword, is a leather scabbard that comes with a magnetic mechanism that allows him to unsheath his sword vertically instead of horizontally. So he is able to just take it straight out vertically like this all at once instead of horizontally, which is how ours looks like and how regular katanas are taken out. At Fire and Steel, we not only have the regular version of his sword in blunted carbon steel, but also the red version, which shows up later on in the series. And to be honest, I really love the design of this red version. The guard is really detailed and has a really nice shading on the gold, and the pommel or the kashira has a really cool snake design on the end, which, I don't know, the details are just incredible. Serpent breathing derives from water breathing, which makes sense since the two forms have very similar fighting styles. The slithering motions of serpent breathing echoing the winding flow of water. Obanai has even incorporated his pet snake Kaburamaru in this style, which, by the way, we also have a replica of.
Yeah, the little guy gets his cameo now.
He's so cute.
The final weapon we have today is Shinobu's special needle-like katana. She admits that she isn't strong enough to decapitate demons, but has the medical expertise to create a wisteria poison instead. She coats the tip of her Stinger Nichiren katana, which is a katana with most of the blade replaced with a rod, and the end resembles an insect stinger. Because of her blade being cut short, she has the Destroyer of Demons inscription cut into 2 halves written on either side of the blade right above the guard. Her guard is a simple 4-petaled flower design with an orange outline.
Honestly, it kind of reminds me of her sister's guard. She was a flower Hashira, right?
Yes, exactly. We have a few variations of the sword, including one that has a more accurate coloring to the Volume 6 cover, which has a white tsukamaki instead of a darker green one, and this is the wooden version of the sword. All our other variations, including the Battle Ready, the blunted carbon steel, and the other wooden one, are much more accurate to the anime coloring, especially the wooden one, which is the only one with an anime accurate sheath, which is white.
And that is every single Hashira weapon that we have available at Fire and Steel!
I really love that every weapon is specifically designed for their user.
Yeah, I think in Universe you can tell that each one is really special to them, and also that Gotoge put a lot of thought into their designs.
I'm excited for the next season of Demon Slayer. Unfortunately, we don't have Himejima's chain flail and axe, but hopefully one day we will.
Oh, we have one more thing we want to show you. We have miniature versions of all of the Hashira weapons. These are about half the length of our normal katanas.
These are great if you want to display them, but don't have the space for it, or just want a unique addition to any Demon Slayer merch collection.
Thank you for watching our Sword of the Month feature.
Who is your favorite Hashira from Demon Slayer?
Let us know in the comments below, and as always, don't forget to subscribe and share this video.
Make sure to check the description box below for this month's discount code. We'll see you next time!
Bye!